My name is Sarah. I am a mother, a wife, and a woman who has carried her share of joy, loss, and quiet regrets, but nothing in my life could have prepared me for what unfolded with Henry, my stepson. After I married his father, I expected the usual challenges of blending families, awkward dinners, uneven temperaments, the slow, delicate dance of learning where boundaries began and ended. But Henry was different. He was gentle, thoughtful, and painfully observant. Sometimes too observant. Over time, I began to see the sorrow he carried beneath his calm exterior. He had lost more than anyone his age should, yet he rarely spoke of it. Lately, though, there was a shift. His silences felt heavier, weighted with questions his lips refused to voice. I told myself it was just the lingering shadow of grief. I was wrong. It was something darker, something that hung between us. Quietly undeniable. One evening, with his father away on a business trip, Henry and I were alone in the house. The night felt suspended, unnaturally still, the air thick with things neither of us could name. I was reading on the couch while he flicked through channels, the sound fading into static. Then he spoke my name, soft and trembling. "Sarah," he said, voice barely above a whisper. "I need to tell you something. I just don't know how." My heart froze. I set my book down, fingers cold, waiting. His eyes searched mine, shimmering with emotions he had long buried. "You've always been there for me," he continued, "and I haven't been honest about something. It's about that night, the accident." My pulse stuttered. For months, we had tiptoed around that word, as if speaking it aloud could undo the fragile peace we had built. He looked at me then, refusing to let the tears fall. "It wasn't just an accident," he whispered. "I should have told you before, but I was scared. I didn't mean for it to happen." The world seemed to shrink around me. My chest tightened. I could hear nothing but the thudding of my own heart. Memories rushing back, the phone call, the sirens, his father's voice breaking that night. "What are you saying, Henry?" I whispered, voice trembling. His confession came in fragments, each word a knife. "It was my fault, Sarah, the brakes. I was fixing them. I thought I'd repaired them, but I didn't. I killed him." The room blurred. My mind refused to believe it, yet deep inside, everything fell into a haunting, dreadful clarity. The guilt in his eyes, the sleepless nights, the way he avoided his father's study, it all made sense. I wanted to scream, to tell him he was wrong, to erase the words hanging in the air, but I couldn't. The truth had already taken residence in the room, heavy, suffocating, impossible to undo. For a long, unbearable moment, neither of us spoke. Finally, I said softly, "You didn't mean to, Henry. You were trying to help." He shook his head, tears finally spilling freely. "That doesn't change what I did." Since that night, everything between us shifted. We go through the motions, meals shared, small talk exchanged, laughter at inconsequential things, but the air never stills. There is always a shadow, a secret too heavy to name. Some truths are prisons, and once spoken, they never let go. No matter how hard I try to bury it, I see it in his eyes every single day. The quiet plea for forgiveness I cannot give, and the guilt I cannot escape. Some lines, once crossed, can never be undone. And sometimes the hardest part of love is not holding on it, is learning to live with what remains when forgiveness is no longer possible.